last night, me and Mrs. P, we sat on the couch and I said, one more week of the school of mum and dad. And she went, what do you mean, Dad? You're at work all the time, which means that has to do it. And I think I could literally see, like an onion being unpeeled, a little bit of coming away from Emily there, because it's been so difficult, hasn't it? Because it's final Monday, running around the house, trying to find pens and papers, making sure that you're logged onto the right Zoom thing for school, getting the children to get, and next Monday they'll be back in the classroom. And it's just a lot, isn't it, to take in? I think it is quite stressful, and I'm sure a lot of pupils and parents have found it really stressful, and as our family has. Now, one primary school in our area, and undoubtedly taking some pressure off by taking a more relaxed approach to home learning. Now, let's speak to Matthew Kelly, who's the head teacher of Hutton Rudby Primary School. George is on the line now. How are you, Matthew?
Hiya, Gary. Very well, thank you. Yes, not so bad. Can't complain. The sun's shining.
Get in there. We've got a bit of a fog, but I'll tell you what, it'll burn off. Because I had me driving from Setchfield this morning, Matthew. I went from fog to sun to fog, and now I'm hoping it's all going to burn off. Right, next Monday, it's going to be a big old one, isn't it? Children coming back. How are you preparing for it?
So really for us, throughout the whole process, it's just listening to our parents, listening to the staff, and listening to what the children need. And we are so excited to have the kids back, because without doubt, the best place for them is in the classroom back at school. Home learning it's been so challenging for everybody, and I think from my point of view as a parent myself, I totally understand that balancing act, and it really, really is a balancing act, because end of the day, parents are parents, and they do the hardest and the best job in the world by being parents. But best one in the world, they're not teachers. And it's so challenging, and it's so difficult for people. So I think from a school's point of view, it's essential that we make it as easy as possible for the parents, but also something which they know they can manage, but something which the children are still going to benefit massively from as well. And believe me, it's not an easy job, that. I'm sure you and your wife will realise how hard it is.
It is. It's sort of trying to hold down your job because somebody's working from home, and a lot of parents and carers will have been doing exactly the same and trying to educate. Is this year a bit of a write-off when it comes to education?
I wouldn't say it is a write-off. I think this year will be more of a year where we've learned massive amount of things about education, and we've also learned really about what's important in education. And I think it's given all schools the opportunity to really focus upon the children, because after all, the children are the most important things first and foremost, above everything. And I think it's very easy in education, it's very easy in a busy everyday life that everybody has to get lost in that factor. But the children are what it is all about, and it really is trying to focus upon them. And I think this gives us the opportunity moving forwards to really focus upon their needs. And we've really tried to, as a school, particularly with the home learning, we've looked at what do the children actually need? What do they need to help them move forwards? And sometimes it's not just your English, it's your maths, your times tables and reading. Don't get me wrong, that they're absolutely critically important. But sometimes it's that social side of things, it's that mental health side, the ability to socialise, to mix with your friends, to actually have a smile and have fun all the time. And our focus here, definitely at Hutton Rugby, is trying to make education as fun as possible, which I think we've done a decent job of doing so far.
Yeah, you've knocked doors out of windows in the teaching profession. I genuinely see that from. I had teachers up there. You can't see this, Matthew, can you? But you were up there, but now you're okay. So there's Eston Nab there, but now you're on the top of Everest Town, which I respect you, because having to corral 30-odd kids in a class, keep them entertained, watch their attainment, keep them going, and have them want to come back the next day. I don't know how you do it. It's alchemy for me, because.
But that's why fun is so important. If we can make it exciting for the children, they can actually have fun and they want to learn. And we know what like as adults, if in our own jobs and our workplaces, if we're not happy, if we're not having fun, we're not enjoying ourselves, we don't see a purpose or anything meaningful, then we're not going to do a good job. So our job as educators is to make sure that children actually see the benefits, but they actually have fun by doing it. You have fun, you're going to learn more.
My two were only 5, and I think it was last week they said to me that it really stopped me in my tracks. They went, "When can we have fun again, Dad?" And I said, well, what do you mean? I want to go to school and see my friends. They're clamouring to get back and just have that social interaction with their friends. Does this go right the way through the age groups where it's all right learning at home and it's all right doing your homework, it's all right looking at a screen, being on a Zoom, but it's that interaction of classmates and school. School is much more than just education.
It's massively more important. It really is so much more than education. the start of we've been doing a lot of live lessons throughout the latest lockdown, and the critical point of our live lessons is actually the start, where the children get to see their friends, their classmates, to get to socialise with them, and we really put a massive emphasis upon that at the start of every live lesson that we do. We also do follow-up individual calls as well for those children that we think, might need a little bit of extra support. But that social interaction is critically important, because if the children feel happy, they feel safe, they feel that they have the friends basis there, they feel that they've got that, then the rest of it just comes inherently. And we certainly found back in September, when obviously all the children came back then, that our focus really was on getting those social skills sorted first and foremost. And the learning came so quickly. And I totally understand lots of parents being worried about the fact that loss of learning, loss of time, but the children will pick it up very, very quickly. If they've got the right balance there, once they have that social side there and have that mental health side there as well, they will pick up the lost learning so quickly. I mean, history told us that in September here, and I'm hoping that no reason that won't be the case come March the 8th when they come back again.
Now, you can understand a lot of parents that are concerned because we were told schools are safe, and then we were told at the last lockdown that they're a vector, the Prime Minister's words, they're a vector, schools are a vector for the virus, and now they're safe again. It's a bit of a mixed message that has been sent out right the way through this, and parents are concerned. Have you had tests allocated for the children at primary school?
So primary school, we haven't had tests allocated for the children. All teaching staff, every member of staff in school have the lateral flow tests, which we undertake twice a week. And that's been a great deal of peace of mind for staff. It's been a peace of mind for parents as well, for the knowledge that all the staff are being tested regularly. However, children, primary age children, we don't have that in situ. Secondary school, yes, they do. Primary, we don't. Am I concerned about the primary school children not being tested? I'm not currently at this moment in time. I think as long as all the staff are in school, which is very, very, very important, it gives peace of mind for parents, but also peace of mind for the staff. But we've looked at all the measures. We've got an awful lot of systems in place to try and really make our school as safe as possible. And it's about keeping that meticulously, the cleaning regimes. We stagger our start times, our end times of the day, play times, lunch times. And it's really trying, listening to the guidance and adapting it to the needs of your children, the needs of the school.
And that's the thing as well, taking every parent as an individual and listening to their needs. And sometimes they may need a virtual cuddle to go, look, we're fine here. And that's your skill as a head teacher.
Oh, totally. And you know what? It's okay to be struggling at home with parents. That's absolutely fine. It's okay to have those days where you feel like throwing the laptop out the window. And it is, but it's okay, and we've all been there, or
yes.
The Wi-Fi's not quite working. That's absolutely fine to be that. In those cases, the message that we've been trying to get back is just give your child a hug, play a board game with them, read them a book, curl up on the sofa, watch a film with them, but just keep making them feel special. And that's the most important thing, because at the end of the day, the last thing that I or any head teacher wants is for home learning to become a battleground, because it's an intensely pressured situation. It really is. And I think the message is, though, certainly the message that we're giving out, that it's okay to feel like that, but we're here to help. We're here at the end of the phone, end of an email, just a text message, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just this is our job to help parents get through an incredibly difficult situation.
Yeah, and I think what we need to do is flow that back to you, because all the way through this in the last year or so, I've realised massively how important school, education, teachers are, and you've got an extra level. You're up there. So thank you very much for all the hard work you've put in, Matthew.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
And give our love to the staff.
We will do. Thank you very much.
Take care, my friend.
Thanks, Gary. Thanks, bye.
Matthew Kelly there, head teacher at Hutton Rudby Primary. We're on the rundown too. How are you feeling about that as a parent? If you are still concerned, I'll be honest with you, like us, they cannot wait, and I just want to let them go. I want them to go and see their friends so they can run around outside in the playground. Be great to hear you, get your thoughts on that. 08000 85 95 95. You can tweet us at BBC Tees.